In every NFL draft, there are hidden defensive gems that can provide an instant impact to your team almost overnight. Today, we're talking about those gems, a full 10-round draft between B. Ross, myself, and of course, Metro. You guys ready to go?
Let's go.
Let's get it.
B. Ross, kick it off. It's your pick at 101. I'm tailing, so I may steal somebody if you don't take him right now.
Ooh, man, listen, I am taking my guy. I'm claiming this dude as my guy for all my scouting friends, everyone in the world to know. Hezekiah Massis, University of Cal, transferred from FIU, long athletic corner. He is so good. And it blows my mind not more people are talking about him being in the top 10 conversation as far as corners. Like, he is that good. He's sticky in coverage, and he has ball production. So I'm like, what more do you want from this guy? He can play man, he can play zone. He'll show up and tackle when he wants to. I'm not mad at him. I get it. I've been that guy making a business decision, so I totally understand. But with that being said, Hezekiah Massis is one of the most underrated defensive prospects in this draft class. Like, his tape speaks for itself. And I suggest everyone go watch him because Cal doesn't get a lot of pub, but this kid here is a baller.
When Brandon Ross speaks, you listen. Awesome pick right there. At 102, I'm going to take a guy who's probably best known as an uncle. Akeem Mesidor is probably 29 years old at this point. He plays for the Miami Hurricanes. But folks, if you've seen any Miami games, you know exactly who the hell this is. He stands 6'3", 280 on the opposite side of Rupert Bain Jr., and that is Batman and Robin, or honestly, it's Batman and Batman. While he's old, okay, I get it. He is quick, powerful, and has excellent hand placement, and he's just a shit wrecker on the defense. Some team, he's going to slide to the third round, maybe even farther just because he's so old, and some team overthinking it is going to miss out on an instant impact player. I see that in Mesidor. Metro, it's your pick at 103.
Okay, I am going to go ahead and start us off here and take... I'm going to take Traden Stukes, the cornerback, mainly slot corner for the Arizona Wildcats. A lot to like about Traden Stukes. He's been a multiple-year player for Arizona. He has a ton of versatility via PFF. His slot snaps are 380. He also played a little bit of safety as well with 197 in the box. I think long-term, you're probably looking at him kind of being a versatile weapon you can use in a variety of ways. Played a little bit at corner early in his career. He's kind of transitioned a bit more into being a safety. He's dealt with injuries throughout his career. This is a guy that's also an older prospect, a six-year senior. So we got Unk 1 and Unk 2 and back-to-back picks. That all said, I like this guy, man. I think he just plays with his hair on fire. He's a really solid athlete, good hip fluidity, good coverage awareness, great size, 6'2", 200. In terms of some of his cons, I do think he is a very specific fit for some defenses. He has some injury issues in the past, and he's just a little bit inconsistent right now. That all said, I think for a team that's looking to find a versatile piece in kind of a position that's starting to build a lot more in this kind of Kyle Hamilton, Nicky Monroe type of role, I think you can sort of see Traden Stukes being a day 3 guy that kind of fits a bit of that role. So Traden Stukes is my first pick. And then I get back-to-back. Is that correct?
Correct.
It is correct.
All right. With my back-to-back, I'll take a guy that is flying up big boards, and rightfully so. I'm going with my guy Josiah Trotter, who, if you guys have been looking at the PFF big boards, you guys would just now start to realize Josiah Trotter's inside their top 60. I have been on Josiah Trotter, for about 2 months now. We did our linebacker rankings a couple weeks ago, and he was inside my top 7 or 8. Now he is inside my top 5 linebacker rankings, or maybe he's my 6th. I love this guy. I think Josiah Trotter is such an underrated player for a variety of different reasons. He's a great athlete. He's got decent size to him. He could probably maybe put on a little bit more lower half muscle and strength, but I still think he's very strong. Violent getting downhill, excellent run stuffer. Coverage needs some work, but he's only a redshirt sophomore. He's a young developmental player that immediately will contribute on special teams, will immediately contribute as a run defender. I think he is an excellent player that, starting off, will be a really solid role player. 2 to 3 years down the road, as he gets better in coverage, you're going to see this guy blossom into being what I think can be a Pro Bowl caliber linebacker. I think he is a special talent, getting downhill, being physical, violent hands, freaky athlete in some reps. Like, he just will put dudes on their ass, and then on other reps, he's flying around dudes. This guy's young. He can fly around the field. I love this guy. True sideline-to-sideline speed, and I think he'll be a difference maker for a team that needs a good linebacker. I love this guy. True off-ball linebacker, by the way.
Metro stays on, Josiah Trotter. Great pick right there. Let's move forward to my second-round pick. I'm going to take another big boy, okay? Darrell Jackson Jr., the FSU Seminole, is a D tackle or just a D lineman in general. For reference, he is 6'5", 337. He's got elite length, long arms, a massive frame, and active hands. I love this guy. I've heard him talked about as a day 2 pick for sure, but I haven't heard about him nearly enough. And since it's so quiet, I'm going to shine some more light on Darrell Jackson Jr. What's up, B-Ross? Why your hands
You
up?
took my guy.
Dude, he's on my list. Watch your mouth. He's on my list right there.
No. First off, he was moved from my list to your list. I didn't move him. I'm not going to say who did.
No.
Somebody moved
These guys
him.
make things up now.
Hey, the whistle's blown. Fair play. Continue.
Continue. Thank you, Metro.
5-year-olds,
Thank you,
man.
Metro. But yeah, Darrell Jackson Jr., he's the truth. And if you want a comp, he played D-end in college, but I think Akeem Hicks is similar. Akeem Hicks was 6'5", 320, super long arms. That kind of presence you get in the middle of your defense, I see Darrell Jackson Jr. providing in the NFL. Let's go to B. Ross. Sorry, took your picking at 203.
Happens every time. I'm not even surprised at this point. I expect it because this is what you guys do.
It's
So
kind of fun.
my next guy, I'm going to ignore that comment. Next guy I'm going to take, because I think I might go all DBs as much as I can. I might. I'm not sure. But it's a guy I know he's not getting a lot of love, but he's tall, he's athletic. It'd be curious to see if he plays corner safety in the league. But I'm going to take VJ Payne from Kansas State. They play him at safety. I mean, he's played in the slot. He's played deep. He's played in the box. Ultimately, I think he fits in that slot role as a big slot defender on first, second downs, and then you move him back deep or you move him to dime backer. But he has a lot of versatility to his game. I mean, I think his cover skills are good enough to where if some team played a lot of press, you teach him how to play press and you let him cover guys. He's that talented, he's that athletic and that fluid through his hips. He is going to have to get stronger at the top of routes because he can get bullied a little bit and he has to become a more fundamentally sound tackler on a consistent basis. But when he can line you up and he can run the alley, he can run, he can close. He's I want to say 6'3", long stride. They got him on the GPS this year at 23 miles per hour. It's real. It's real speed. It's real closing speed. So VJ Payne, be on the lookout because I think he's going to test well as well.
Dope pick. It's back to you
back to
at
me.
301. Take the cake.
Yeah. Now at 301, I think, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna stick with my DBs. Give me Michael Taft from Texas.
Ooh.
Michael Taft is a fundamentally sound player who, as an athlete, you're just gonna be like, oh, he's just a guy. That he is. But you turn on the tape, he has great range. He did a better job this year of tackling in space. He showed to be stronger when making tackles. I thought last year he was more of a nail and not a hammer, in meaning he would catch guys and let them fall forward. Whereas this year he tended to be the hammer and deliver hits. I think he might be at his ceiling athletically, but you're talking about a guy with a very high football IQ who's going to make a team and is going to make your secondary better because he's going to be a good backup. He's going to be a guy that the coaches trust. He's going to play special teams, and he's going to be a good third or fourth safety where if you need him to start and play, outside of a guy being just a better athlete than him, he won't be in bad spots. So give me Michael Taft.
Awesome stuff right there. I'm going to continue the trend. I'm going to take a player known as A.J. Halsey, the safety out of LSU. Now, for Halsey, you may be asking yourself, this guy reminds me of somebody. Who could that be? Don't freak out on this comp. He's given shades of Jamal Adams light, okay? That's what I see in him, a big-bodied safety who's not afraid to even take on the O-lineman out there on the field. He is physical. Does he move the best? No, but he is thick and ready to lay the wood in the run game. I think he can bring that presence to your defense. He is well-built, and yeah, man, if you want somebody to play a unique role in your defense, I think he's the one. Let's give it to Metro. You got 2 picks back-to-back.
Yeah, I'm going to start this one off by taking the safety out of Indiana, Luis Moore. Now, bit of an interesting story with Luis Moore. He commits to and enrolls to Indiana in 2022. After a year there, he then transfers to Ole Miss. Then after a year there, he then transfers back to Indiana. Kind of a weird timeline there for Mr. Luis. That all said, he's having a great year for the Hoosiers. When I look at his numbers, and I just pulled them up here, 85.7 coverage grade, 84.3 overall grade, 79.2 coverage grade, 402 snaps deep, 84 in the slot, 173 in the box. So used in a variety of ways. This is kind of his, I would say his big breakout year. He was okay for Indiana in his sophomore season, and he was okay for Ole Miss, but really this is the year where he's kind of put it all together, and it comes at a great time. I think this is a late day 2, more likely day 3 prospect that gives you a lot to like. Now, he's a decent size, 5'11", 200 pounds, has good instincts and play recognition, great in zone coverage, good ball skills. He's physical and run support, where I think he lacks a little bit. He's not the biggest athlete in the world, and in man coverage, you can kind of see him struggle a little bit because of his limited arm length, limited size, and overall athleticism. So this is somebody that I think probably starts off as a bit of a rotational piece. You use him on special teams, he'll get some rotational snaps in the secondary. And as for my second pick, I'm just going to go ahead and, let's see, I've taken a linebacker, I've taken some corners. I feel like I should go with a big dude up the middle. I feel like that's only right. But at the same time, I got Davis and Igmanosin staring me right in my face, and I think that's what I'm going to go with here. I'm going to take Davis and Igmanosin. Another corner. Now, this one, a lot of you guys have heard. Ohio State corner, 6'2", 195. Last year, we're talking about a dude that had a penalty every minute of the day. He was walking to class. Ref calls a foul on him. This guy could not stay away from pass interference. This guy could not stay away from holding on to these guys. He's turned it around a little bit this year. He's, hasn't had as much. I think he has still been a very physical player. He's got hands on guys. They haven't called it as much on him. Maybe Ryan Day put some money under the table. If so, good for Ryan Day. Good length, good size, good zone awareness and IQ. He's gotten better year in and year out. Again, some of the cons, penalties. I think he's better. When he's attached to a player than when he's just kind of floating in space, covering grounds. He doesn't have a ton of interceptions on tape, and I think his hip fluidity is just okay. That all said, I think there's a lot to like about him. Obviously, multiple-year player for Ohio State. Ohio State's one of the best programs out there. He's been productive. He's been a solid starter for them. So give me Davis and Igmanosin here at my 4th-round pick.
Let's go. Love the pick. Back to me in the 4th round, and this player's going to be right on the edge of considered a gem or not, because we try to snipe those day 2, day 3 picks, but man, he's nearing the top of the 2nd round. But I'm going to do it anyways. Zion Young, okay? The edge out of Mizzou, transferred away from Michigan State, and this guy can ball. But if you draft Zion Young, what do you want out of him? He's 6'5", 262, and to explain what he's best at, it's setting the damn edge. He has great hand placement and elite strength. Do you guys know who Caden Proctor is, fellas?
No,
do we know who that is? Do we know how big he is?
No. 5'11", 210?
Little guy, he's 6 feet, 200 pounds, something like that.
I think me and him
Yeah,
are
yeah.
about the same height, actually.
Right,
exactly.
right.
Exactly,
We're pretty close,
Metro.
yeah. We're pretty
I
close.
was about to say. No, 6'7", 367. This guy's an absolute... Knock it off.
Sorry.
Guy's a monster, but the point of that being, he single arm set Caden Proctor. Set the edge with just one arm. That's how strong this dude is and how great technique he has. Zion Young has got the goods. Love this pick. Of course, I'm biased. Let's go to B. Ross, 4 and 5 back-to-back.
Yeah, so at 4, I'm going to go with another one of my guys who I think is told you, I'm going to try to get as many DBs as I can so you guys can't get them. Give me Julian Neal from the University of Arkansas. He's a long press corner. He's been mocked in some first rounds. I don't see that. I don't think he's that yet. I think he has that in his body to get there. But when you talk about a guy who can play press and be disruptive at the catch point, be disruptive in coverage at the top of routes, I think he is primed for that. Where he can get better, he has to do a better job when he has to play off. and when he has to play zone coverage and when he has to see multiple things. But within man coverage, you say just go guard that guy. He can do that all day in his sleep because that's what he's comfortable doing. But Julian Neal, he's been high. He's been mocked somewhere in the low 20s, high teens till day 2, and some guys have him in day 3. So who knows where he goes? But talented player with a lot of upside. And then for my next pick, I'm taking safety out of Toledo, Emmanuel McNeil Warren.
Come on, man.
What?
That's my guy.
What?
Go ahead.
What?
No, continue.
I told you about him.
You're right, but still.
It's Venturo's guy now.
That's my
That
guy
is his
now.
guy.
I took him
Now,
from you.
but you know what? You have taken him before,
I have.
so that's
Okay,
why
go
I
ahead.
have to take him now. But you're talking about a guy he's tall, he's long, he has surprisingly great hips for a guy his size. Usually, guys his size are tight hipped and struggle transitioning out of breaks, but he's more fluid than most. I think he's going to be a good problem to have as a coordinator because he can match up with some slot receivers, not all, but he can definitely match up with tight ends. He's going to have to get stronger. His pattern recognition when playing zone is going to have to get better. But it's something to me that's something that can be developed and coached over time. But you're talking about a long-legged athlete who can run, he can close. Like he's going to be your third safety year 1 for sure. By year 2, I expect this kid to be starting as he gets stronger and more comfortable within the systems. He's going to be a really good player. Mark my words.
Let's go. I love the DB analysis. Awesome stuff right there. Back to my pick here in the 5th round. And I'm petrified to lose another DB, so I'm going to take one off the board. Zachy Wheatley, the Penn State University safety. Now, this dude is 6'2", 200, and to keep it nice, short, and sweet, he's an excellent athlete, a rangy and lengthy athlete who can fly around the field, has great ball skills, and oh, guess what? He also gets pretty physical in the run game. I think he's somebody that I see consensus-wise is pretty far from my board. I have this guy probably easily in the top 50. Most have him around 100. So, love Zachy Wheatley. He's a true gem for me. I give Demetro with his 5th and 6th round pick.
Yeah, I've been very light on my players I've picked so far. Very light. Trayden Stukes, Josiah Trotter, Louis Moore, David Igmanosa. Now it's time to get a little bit fatter, a little bit bigger. And I'm going to go with the dude that was once 360. Now he's about down to about 330. I'm going to go with Tim Keenan, interior defensive lineman for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Again, he was about 350, 360. He's gotten a lot leaner, down to about, I think, 320, 330. It's a big brick wall of a guy. A very good anchor, good power. I think for a big guy, he has actually really good footwork as well. He can get up the middle. He's got a couple pass rushing moves. I think there's upside for him to be a lot better as he continues to drop a little bit in weight. He's really good at getting low. Now, in terms of some of his cons, he's only 6'2", so for a big guy up the middle, you'd like to be him a little bit taller than that. I do wonder what his true weight is going to be. Again, he dropped a lot of weight. I kind of like him a bit more at like 330, but we'll see what team he gets to and where they want him weight-wise. I feel like as games got on, he got a little bit worse, and I just want to see him be able to finish a little bit better when he gets to the backfield. But all in all, you're looking at a guy you're drafted probably late day 2, early day 3, that you're just asking to be a really good run stuffer, and if you can give us a couple sacks here and there, we'll definitely like that one. So I'll start with that, and then for my second player, I'm going to go with the guy that...
Howdy there. If you're watching this far in the video, you must enjoy the content. We appreciate you guys. Go subscribe down below for more videos just like this. Welcome to the family and looking forward to more episodes. Let's get back to the video.
I feel like, I know we haven't talked about him much, which is a bit surprising because we are fans of the team he's on. I'm going with Ethan Burke, edge rusher from the Texas Longhorns, who the highest I've seen him on CBS Sports, they have him as a 75th ranked player, which I was a little bit shocked to hear that. I don't know when that was made, but that was November 5th, so 75th overall player. But I don't see him much on any other big boards. PFF has him listed as the 370th ranked player, which I think
he's better than that.
He's a lot better than that. So Ethan Burke is not a speed rusher. He's not going to be a 10-sack-a-season guy. He's a great run defender, though. He is really well put together, 6'6", 260. He is long, lengthy, has these super long, viney arms. He gets off the ball pretty quick. He's not an elite athlete by no means, but he's a good enough athlete. This year, an 83.2 run defense grade, a 13.2 pass rush win rate, 15.3% run stop rate. I love his fit in a 3-4 system as an interior piece. And then in a 4-3 system, I like the idea that he could be a rotational edge. In terms of some like comparisons in some ways, I think Derek Barnett is a decent comp to him. I think maybe Carl Granderson in some ways. Those are obviously higher upside pieces that have a lot more juice as pass rushers, but sort of a kind of a baseline for a comparison makes the most sense there.
That's fair.
Again, rotational piece. He will be a solid backup for your team that you're going to put on goal lines, you're going to put on fourth down, you're going to put on third and shorts, first and 10s, things like that. So yeah, Ethan Burke, keep an eye out for him on as a potential day 3 pick. Early day 3, I think.
To the Jets to replace Michael Clemens.
I don't want to hear that damn
There you
name
go.
one more time. Not one more time. Moving forward into the 6th round, we have my pick. Guys, for this one, I'm going to take a DB that held the wide receiver Jeremiah Smith to, let me just read the numbers for you. 6 receptions, 43 yards, and 0 touchdowns. The longest catch of the day was 16 yards. Now, the goal of drafting players to the NFL is so they play NFL talent and succeed. That is exactly what Malik Muhammad did, the cornerback out of Texas. He stands 6 foot 185. I don't believe it because he plays bigger than that. If you're able to handle Jeremiah Smith like you did down the field, I'm not concerned about size whatsoever. He's only 6 foot, but consider him 6'2" at that point. He can play with the big dog X wide receivers. Guys, aside from that, I loved his game against OSU, and that's why I have him here in my gems. Nothing else to say. I'll throw it to B. Ross here in the 6th round.
Okay, I thought you were about to take my next guy, and I was about to get upset with you again, but you didn't take him, so I'm good. Me and you are still friends. So with that being said, with my next pick, I'm going to take a guy who I usually don't like short guys, smaller guys, but this dude's a baller. Give me D'Angelo Pons, corner from Indiana. What did
Metro's
I
so
do
mad.
now? He's
Metro's
pissed.
so mad.
He's pissed.
All right. I'll live.
So
Like another hour.
you're talking about a guy who's twitched up. He's quick. Though he's short, he does not play
He's a
small.
midget. He's tiny.
He does
He's
not
a
play
bum.
small. We are not going to listen to the negativity that Metro is spewing. Turn on the
Jeremiah
Big Ten
Smith cooked him.
championship. Turn on the Big Ten championship. He played some great football versus an elite receiver. Not just the guy who's going to be a first round pick. The best player in next year's draft. He played exceptional football from technique to coverage ability. Like he is not too much he can't do outside of grow. Just put that out there because if he was 6 feet, it would be a different conversation as to where he ranks with these corners. So D'Angelo Pons. Then with my next pick, I'm going to waiver from my DB, so I'll leave some from you guys. And I am going to take decisions. Give me Deontay Lawson,
Damn.
linebacker, Alabama. All right. Though he lacks ideal length and size, he has a very high football IQ. Like great communicator, like you see it on film constantly. As soon as a guy moves, he's the first one calling out, pointing it out. Granted, they got the brakes beat off them versus Indiana. He is a really good football player who has some physical limitations in space, but he relies on his smarts and his instincts to get him to where he needs to go more so than his athleticism, which is why he's going to play longer than what most people expect because he has a very high football IQ. Smart guys outlast more athletic guys. More athletic guys just get more chances. That's the difference.
Well said.
That is the difference in the NFL. Like high freak athlete guys, they get chance after chance because everyone thinks they can coach them to be a better player. Whereas those smart guys, they just stick because coaches trust them. They don't make the same mistake twice, and you live with their physical limitations. Deontay Lawson is that kind of guy. If he's your third linebacker, you're great. If he has to play in a 4 or 5 game stretch, you're not mad at it. If he's starting all year, you might question some things because he is small and he struggles to get off blocks, but a good football player nonetheless.
Good stuff. And Chelsea took him, but a great pick there in Deontay Lawson. I'll keep the linebacker train going, and if you're going to steal from me, then I'll steal from Metro. It's just how this works out. I'm going to take Jake Galday, the Cincinnati Bearcat linebacker. Metro, is that approved? Is that okay with you, sir?
That is
Yeah,
not.
I guess. It is. Sorry.
That is not.
Jake Galday
Just brutal.
stands 6'4", 240, and he reminds me of Steve Rogers, Captain America. He's 240 pounds of fury packed into that 6'4"
fair.
frame. And guys, in the run game, he's an absolute force to be reckoned with. When it comes to the pass game, things to be worked on, but also he just transitioned to this position. He was an edge before, is that correct?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Okay.
Checks
He
out.
transitioned positions on the defense, so that's why he's here. Jake Galday still learning the steps, still learning the position. Could be something big time in the league. Metro, sorry, King, it's up to you.
Yeah, it's all right, I guess. Just I'll think about that all night. I'm gonna go ahead and take. Let's stick with the big guys. I'm kind of on a roll here with the big dudes. Give me Skylar Gill-Howard out of Texas Tech. I think that look, there's a number of big, fat dudes up the middle, not just in this draft, but on free agency that can stuff the run, and that's all they do. Now, Tim Keenan, I talked about him earlier. I think he can get after the quarterback a little bit. Skylar Gill-Howard, this is the defense tackle for Texas Tech, 6'1", 290. More of a pass rusher, at least in the NFL. That's what I think his skill set will be utilized as, less so a run stuffer. He's got really good leverage. Obviously, he's 6'1", 290 pounds, so he's built lower to the ground. Really good first step off the line of scrimmage. Really good motor. He's got a number of really solid pass rush moves. Again, size limitation, only 6'1", 290. I don't think he's ever going to be great against the run. I think he will be a very package-dependent person where you're going to have to find ways to utilize him. And he did have a season-ending injury in 2025. I don't believe he came back in the game versus Oregon. Don't quote me on that. I don't think he did. That all said, Skylar Gill-Howard is sort of a change of pace interior defensive lineman that, if you have your two big run stuffers on first down, you want to get after the quarterback a little bit on second and third, throw Skylar out there. He'll be able to go a little bit. Then for my next player, I'll get back to the secondary pieces. I'm going to go with Keontae Scott, the Miami corner.
Son of a...
6'1", 192. Started off in a community college, transferred to Auburn, and then eventually would get to Miami at some point. They primarily use him inside in the nickel / the slot, but he also has some versatility to play on the box, even play a little bit of some safety. Not much outside, but I think he can handle it if you asked him to. So he's a very versatile player. Really the biggest and most impressive thing about him is his physicality. This guy brings physicality on every single play, whether it's at the line of scrimmage, in open space to the tackler, run support, blitzing, getting after the quarterback. He does all that stuff. I think he's instinctive in zone. I think he's a ball hawking type of player. Great versatility. I think he's going to be lethal on special teams. I think a team will draft him on day 2 thinking, I'm going to use him on defense, but he damn sure is going to be on my special teams as well. That all said, he's a bit of an inconsistent tackler. While he is very aggressive, while he loves to do some big contact, big hits, things like that, there are times where he will miss a tackle. He's got a relatively higher missed tackle rate. I think isolated man-on-man coverage, especially on the outside, it's not really his pros. Eye discipline could be a little bit, up and down. He's also an older prospect. I think he's 24. Don't quote me on that. I think he's 24. I know he's a senior, so a lot of those Miami players, they've seen Jesus get reborn. That does include Keontae Scott. But I do like Keontae quite a bit. I'm talking third, maybe second round. Keontae Scott, keep an eye out for him, man, especially on special teams. He's going to be a dog.
An absolute dog, roof. Going back to me in the 8th round, I'm going to take Genesis Smith. Y'all have heard me talk about him before, but let me I take the wrong guy. Who do you want? I'll take him.
No. Take the right guy.
Sure?
I'm perfectly sure. I'm good.
Okay.
We're great.
Okay.
We're great.
Good stuff. Genesis Smith going off the board, the Arizona safety. He stands 6'2", 202. He moves extremely well. He attacks in the run game, and he is very, very lengthy. He's like the definition of he's got the NFL traits and the NFL size, and he can also ball. So we're taking him on day 2, no question. I like Genesis Smith a lot. I also think he's younger. I think he's like 21. Don't quote me on that. Maybe he's even 20. But like his upside there. Let's go to B. Ross in round 8 and 9. We're on the home stretch, fellas. We're almost all the way home.
All right. So my next pick, I'm going to go with the edge guy who It's starting to get a little bit of buzz, but I don't think it's enough at times. Give me Malachi Lawrence from UCF. 6'5", 240, long athletic. He has a arsenal of pass rushing moves. He knows how to rush the passer. Where his struggles may come is just sometimes he plays too high versus the run, and then sometimes as a pass rusher he tries to do too much. But this is a tall, long guy who can bend, who he can run the hoop, he can create pressure. He is going to be a sneaky good edge rusher. And with my next pick, I'm going to take Metro's guy. I'm just come out flat right now and say it. He shouldn't have put him on the list because I'm taking him. Chris Johnson, the San Diego State University. I'm taking him. You let him fall to 9. That's on you.
It's unacceptable.
That is unacceptable. I'm like, Chris Johnson, this can't be right. You're talking about one of the premier guys in terms of instincts, ball skills. I think he's better in zone than man. Granted, he's pretty good in man, but in zone coverage, when he can fill multiple routes, he baits quarterbacks into throws that they don't want to make or they shouldn't make, and he makes them pay for it. His question marks come in his just physical ability to maybe run, and then his lack of strength at the catch point to play versus bigger bodies. But he's going to get bigger. He's going to get stronger. He's probably cap out around 193 to 195. He's going to be a pretty good football player. I think where his success is going to come is he has to go to the right team. A team like the Buffalo Bills, who play a lot of cover 3, a lot of press, that fits into what he does. But if they ask him to chase guys around and play man all day, it won't be good for him. I also think I don't know if you agree, Metro, but as he gets older and he slows down, I think he actually can play safety.
Yeah, I would love to talk about him, but you decided to take him. So
I did.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of messed up, if you ask me.
But at least I told you I was doing it.
I think you're right, though. He can use. You did, but it's still messed up. I'll never forgive you for this. I do love Chris Johnson. I think he is so sticky in man and zone. Elite productivity. I know it's a small school, but yeah, I think he can play safety. I think he can play quarterback for all you ask me. I'll take him anywhere.
He reminds me of the kid Seattle drafted from Cincy, Kobe Bryant.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
that's who he kind of reminds me of. But I think Chris is better in man than Kobe was at that time. But yeah,
Dude, B. Ross, you have this is a no-fly zone on your list. I absolutely love it. No DBs are letting anything past them in this draft class.
Nothing.
Let's go back to me. I'm gonna take an edge rusher. Okay, Anthony Lucas out of USC. Okay, tell me about him. Gladly. Mr. Lucas is 6'5", 285, so he's got the length, he's got the strength. He's a big man. Positives, arm length, definitely there. The dude's got the absolute size you want in the NFL. A couple of solid pass rush moves, not a whole bag of them, but 2 or 3 that you like to see consistently. A solid athlete. The question, I mentioned power and strength before, kind of lied there. A little bit inconsistent when setting the edge, but aside from that, I think he's got the tools to get better at that in the NFL. He can progress in the run game over time, get better technique, and he's got the mold you want. He's the ball of the clay an NFL coach will take a chance on. Anthony Lucas, USC. Metro, your last 2 picks, man. Take it away.
Yeah, I got a good mixture of some corners, some big dudes. Got a linebacker thrown in there. I'm gonna kind of go a little bit into a corner here. I'm going to talk about Will Lee, Texas A&M corner. Now, I will say I'm not the biggest Will Lee fan out there. I think he's a good player. I don't know if I would take him round 1, or I know I wouldn't take him round 1. I don't even know if I'd take him round 2. But I like him as really like a late day 2, early day 3 pick that has a lot of traits to him that you're going to like. 6'1", 190 pounds, so good size, good length to him. This year had a couple pass breakups. Had a pretty decent year for Texas A&M. I wouldn't say it was his, breakout year, but I think he did a lot of good things. Good ball skills, really good competitive nature to him. Has good versatility. I think he's got good frame, good size, good press technique, good footwork. I think tracks the ball down the field well. Some of his cons, I think he's really poor in zone. He's very inconsistent. One rep he looks good, the next rep he looks completely lost out there. He's got a couple penalties this year, especially he gets really grabby when players are especially on double moves. You can catch him all the time on those ones. Run support, not the best in terms of run support, and I just don't think he's a really great athlete. I think he's best set as a rotational outside corner that has some versatility to play all around the field. That would be Will Lee. And then I'm going to end this off with Jayshon Barham, the outside linebacker for the Michigan Wolverines. Had a really good year for Michigan. End of the season, he started the year off hot. He kind of cooled off in the back half of the season. But I think there is a profile here of a DPR player that has a ton of upside. He's just going to need to be developed for a year or two. The previous couple years for Michigan, they didn't really use him the way that I think he should be used. He was used, in 24, 23, 22. He played most of his snaps as an off-ball linebacker. And then this past year, they basically full-time moved him off the edge. Didn't get the full workload that you would like to see for our Michigan try to make a run. Jayshon finished the year with 3 sacks, 9 hurries, 1 batted pass, 25 tackles. The start of the year was really impressive, right? He had a really good game versus New Mexico, really good game versus Central Michigan, and then he kind of cooled off the rest of the season. I thought versus Ohio State, he was just very quiet. Against USC, very quiet. Didn't play against Texas in the bowl game. But 6'3", 243, he is a really solid, explosive athlete with great hands. He's got really good lateral quickness. I think he's got good play recognition, good instincts, versatility, obviously, to play off-ball and outside linebacker. He just needs to get more reps and time, more pass rush moves, right? Figure out just everything about the position because he's very raw and new to the position. A day 3 prospect that you kind of stash away for 2 to 3 years, let his explosiveness win on a couple reps he does get, and then see if he can develop into being something even better down the road. So Jayshon is either going to be a nobody that we never hear about 5 years down the road, or 5 years from now we're like, hey, that dude Jayshon was a pretty good pick in the 4th or 5th round. So we'll see. He's kind of the high upside, low ceiling, or no, how was the low floor, high ceiling player?
Yep.
There we go.
Yep.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
On to you,
First
Cade.
time to Char Metro. That's what I'm talking
you.
about.
Appreciate
Love the picks. Let me cap this off, and I'll let B. Ross, the former NFL player, truthfully put an end to this. My 10th round player is going to be the tree stump out of Texas Tech University, Lee Hunter. He's their D tackle. He stands 6'4", 325. What is Lee good at? We know that guy, Jacob Rodriguez. He's a great playmaker. And the reason is he's been able to make so many plays is because Lee Hunter won't let people back behind him. He is holding the run game, and there ain't shit that O-lineman could do about it. He's decently quick for his size. He's got solid hands. And, man, he's got this nasty chop move where O-linemen shoot their hands. He just goes like this, every time, and they fall their ass to the ground. It's hilarious. Watch the ASU game against Arizona State. You're going to see that spammed about 18 times like it's Mortal Kombat. The strength is fine. The arm strength is short. But that's not what I'm drafting him for. He's not going to be a pass rusher. He's going to be my first down mercenary. Run him out onto the field. Let him do his thing. Now it's 2nd and 8. Get his ass back to the sideline. Lee Hunter, a solid day 3 pick, has a lot of value for a team that needs to fix the run game. B.
I have a
Ross.
question. I have
an
a
answer.
question. You mentioned Mortal Kombat. Who you maining? Who's your main?
Dude, I'm going to be honest. I played so many games. I haven't played that much Mortal Kombat, so I can't tell you one character. That's how bad I am. So can you answer that question for me?
Raiden.
Raiden
That's my
Fire.
guy.
That's fire.
That's my guy. Raiden or Sub-Zero.
Look, I think it's pretty boring to say Scorpion, but I was a Scorpion main.
See the
Get
cover?
over here.
Over and over and
Get
over.
over here. Get over
I'm
here.
spamming that.
He's just throwing this
Every
damn chain
play.
out. Oh, man.
Yep, that's my guy.
You were that guy. See, that's why I would use
I
Sub-Zero.
was the spammer.
I would use Sub-Zero.
I spammed the same moves over and over again, and I lost every time.
I would use Sub-Zero, freeze myself, and then just kick your ass as soon as you're frozen.
Let's go. Sorry, Metro. I let you down. That was a really good question. That's
okay.
That was.
I don't know ball in that department, so I'll be
What
better.
was your go-to game then? If you wasn't Mortal Kombat, what games were you playing?
Name any other game I've played it. I swear to God.
Madden,
Yeah, absolutely.
obviously. COD.
COD, bro, Minecraft,
GTA.
story games like God of War. It goes on. It goes. I got too many hours in
all right.
games.
Then what's the best COD then?
The
And why
best
is it
COD.
not Black Ops 1. Black Ops 1 is by far the best.
I'm with you, Metro.
I disagree.
Oh, nope.
I
I'm
think
interested
an
in what you
honorable
say.
mention, it's just going to tell what generation everybody else. I think an honorable mention is World at War. No one will admit it, but I think the true answer is Black Ops 2.
Ooh, Black Ops 2.
Ooh, over 1? See,
It is.
1 is
It is.
iconic.
I love 1, but, like, I don't know. Modern Warfare 2, like, the original was just, like, classic.
That
It
was
just-
pretty
It is so good.
What about you, Metro?
All right. Me? Favorite COD?
Yeah.
Black Ops 1. That's the OG.
Fair.
I was like, how old was I? I was like 10 when that released. Oh, yeah. Played that
Fuck,
thing
I'm
for like
old.
5 years.
I think Zombies was at its peak in 1.
Yeah, I mean, that was the best zombies.
100%.
Kino Jototen?
100%.
Oh, yeah. That was fire.
Electric.
All
Take
right.
us home, B. Ross.
Well, you took my guy. I'm just putting it out there.
No way. I took Lee?
You took Lee from me but I always have a backup plan because as a scout and a GM, you always gotta have a backup plan just in case you guys gets taken. I'm gonna take Gabe Jacques from University of Illinois. He's big. He's a freak athlete. I don't think he knows how good he really can be. That's the scary part about him. You're talking about a guy who has all the tools, all the traits. Granted, he has some hip flexibility when he has to like run the hoop, and he tends to get he doesn't know what he's doing yet as a pass rusher. He's just out there winning because he's a better athlete than the tackles at times. But he's strong, he's powerful. I think he can play in a 3-4 or a 4-3 because he's shown that he can rush from both. Granted, I would like him more in a 4-3 so he doesn't have to play in coverage. But you're talking about a guy with good arm length, good power, good strength at the point of attack. Sign me up.
Sign B. Ross up. Let's review our teams one more time, B. Ross. Go 1 to 10. I'll do the same. The Metro will follow.
Let's go. First, I have Hezekiah Massis, VJ Payne, Michael Taft, Julian Neal, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, D'Angelo Pons, the linebacker Deontay Lawson, Malachi Lawrence, Chris Johnson, and Gabe Jacques.
Very nice. At 1, I got Akeem Ezador. 2, Daryl Jackson Jr. 3, A.J. Halsey. 4, Zion Young. 5, Zachy Wheatley. 6, Malik Muhammad. 7, Jake Galde. 8, Genesis Smith. 9, Anthony Lucas. And 10, Lee Hunter. Metro.
All right, number 1, I got Traden Stukes. 2, I got Josiah Trotter. 3, Luis Moore. 4, Davison Igbinosun. 5, Tim Keenan. 6, Ethan Burke. 7, Skylar Gill Howard. 8, Keontae Scott. 9, Will Lee. And number 10, Jayshawn Barham.
Folks, thank you for spending your time with us today. If you've watched this far in the video, you might as well subscribe. We're on the way to 2K. Guys, last week we weren't at 1,000 yet, and now we're at 1,200. Ridiculous. The thing's blowing up thanks to y'all. It wouldn't happen without you guys. We love you very much. On the road to 2K, go subscribe down below. Signing out for B. Ross, Metro, and myself, we appreciate you very much. Metro, get us out of here.
We appreciate you guys. Road to 2K. Love you guys. Peace.